Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom stream, week 4, day 6. So today we'll finally be able to open up the major orb for Tower of Doom. Keep it a little bit later this week, just because I think we had a few people just do it a little bit later on. I think we had one person away this week, but I think it's the longest we actually took to get Tower of Doom done. Normally it's like a Wednesday or Thursday thing, but it's finally done now. So we'll have that. To go open. Khetar is also going to be raised to 13, or at least that's one of our goals. The only thing that we still need to go do that underneath our troops is to get all of the Fang troops up to max. And I should only need 1 copy of 1, which we'll naturally get, and 7 copies of the rare. I do need a little bit more than that, probably about 10 or so, because I do need some spare copies, but we only need 7 specifically to get that level. So, yeah, that's what we're working towards. I actually already have some shards right now that could potentially even bring us there immediately, if we get super lucky. We'd have to get 7 rares out of these drops. Probably not happening that immediately, but you never know. We got 2 of them. So now we just need 5 more, and that is max because we just got the ultra rare we needed. So I just got to find those 5 by doing a bit more of the underworld stuff. But anyways, hope all of you have been having a good weekend so far. Hello, Captain. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Churros. Hello, Chad. Hello, Zakid. Hello, Steve. Hello, Pony. Hello, A. Hello, Y. Gamora. And hello, Blade Song. Welcome, everyone. Anyways, let's go and go to the orb. Let's go do that immediately. Maybe that'll give us good luck now. We've been on a pretty big green and orange streak. We did get 1 blue for Tuesday, I believe it was. But who knows? Maybe we can get another one right here. Come on, purple blue. Nope, of course, it's just green. Unfortunate. We still have some more orb chances this week, though. We still have 2 more drops. And it's likely going to be from leaderboard on Monday. Leaderboard from this weekend, but we get it on Monday. We're currently sitting on 61, and with the amount of battles we have, we could potentially take top 20. Oh, hey, JZG. He's not actually here right now, but that's about where we're going to be aiming for. He did it with 270. So, yeah, if we get to around 280, it looks like we'll be around the same area. No, 290, actually. Or 300. Wait, never mind. Well, I guess it depends on how you did the rooms, like if you skipped them or not. I see. I think we're going to be doing them, and I'm going to try using Yasmin's weapon thing and attempt to do all rooms. I'm not fully certain yet. But, okay, he did that at 270. That likely means he rushed several of them. No, never mind. That doesn't mean he rushed several of them. That means he likely did every room of every single one up to that point, is what that means. So if we do the same, we could do it by about 280, it looks like. 280 or 290. And we definitely have that many battles. We are currently at, what, 240? Yeah, we're at 240. And we've done, or we still have 3, which technically means, assuming we hit Valraven, we have at least 5. So, yeah, assuming we don't lose, that does put us at 290. But we did lose 1 so far, unfortunately. But, yeah, we kind of unfortunately lost Hero very quick, and then the team just fell apart from there, obviously, because there goes our tank, and then we couldn't complete it. But, it wasn't too bad. Anyways, let's go and keep going deeper. I need those shards. We already got all the base rewards, so nothing else we can get there, just the loot from the actual rooms. But let's keep going. So this is what we've been using. I kind of want to put Yasmin up front, Yasmin's Pride. Not fully certain if we need it yet. I feel like in another few we probably would, but then again, we kind of almost need it now. They are starting to get ridiculously high stats. You know what? We are going to do it now. See how it goes. We're at 250. Once you start reaching 250 or so, it starts getting like really hard as far as them being able to kill. Even just at 200 plus, starts getting hard in that regard. But yeah, let's put Yasmin's Pride there, switch it up a little bit, and then we're going to use this. Yasmin's Pride, Apothecary, Ketris the Bull, and Ubistet. Yasmin's Pride is to make sure we don't die. Apothecary is to make sure we cleanse anything that will kill us, like death marks. Ketris is so we instantly win, and Ubistet is to kill everything Ketris doesn't in double kills. And that's essentially what we're going to be running. And I think we could run this all the way to 500 without modifying a single thing. And we have the +1 blue for Apothecary, so we get 2-turn her, because the green is being blocked. And we do have a bit less mana generation since we're not using Mountain Crusher. But we're going to have so much more HP that it should be fine. We're going to win slower, but we should actually win and not lose. So that will be helpful. It's good to not lose in this game mode, that's for sure. So, I'm actually going to take some green immediately just so we get Apothecary to full, since there doesn't seem to be any blue. We'll get this onto his first slot, and then we get an absurd amount of HP for everything. And this doesn't just help keep us alive, it also increases Ketris's damage even more, so that we could hopefully get a kill. Actually, it should be enough to almost just like kill that out with adjacent damage with how much boost ratio we're getting. this should hit over 150 adjacent. So not exactly enough to kill him, but still a decent amount of damage. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do Yasmin yet. I want to see how much damage this actually does to him. It does 143. Wow. So that means the damage that it did to a single target was in one-shot range. It was 286 then. That is pretty decent. So much so, I don't even need to go and use it again because we already know it's in kill range since I just did that math. So I was just about to use Yasmin's Pride, but it's actually pointless because we already have plenty of HP and we already know Khetar is in kill range. I think he did lose some stats there due to bleed and everything, but it wouldn't have gone down by that much. Maybe by like a few, 10 at most. So we'll take our blue. Now we just need a green or a blue. Perfect, he gives it for free, and dead. Yeah, basically like that's what we need to do for the rest of the rooms now. A little bit slower than Mountain Crusher, but it's way safer. And of course, we're using a Titan because Titan is the best thing ever for tanking, at least currently, compared to what's available. Also, hello, Blade Song and Herberto, welcome. Well, you have to keep in mind, if he's camping level 500, he's probably getting an absurd amount of points. Because 500 does pay out, like, really high. And I believe it does go a little bit further, like to 590 or so. I'm not sure if it actually shows on the leaderboard anymore, or if they made it so you can't go further than 500. But, someone was mentioning that it goes to 590, then it resets back to 500 or something like that. But if he is going all the way that far and can actually kill them, that must give an absurd amount of points, because it does still keep going higher and higher, the amount of points you get per room. It does some kind of formula that multiplies the room level into a bunch of other things that it does. But basically, the further you go, it's about... what was the exact percent? It wasn't 20%, but it was somewhere around 20% increase compared to the previous. Not overall 20%, but like a 20% as in... like how if you got like a 20% gold bonus, like there's a base value, and whatever that base value is, I believe goes up by about 20%, not the total value. Like if it's currently at like 1000%, it doesn't then go up to 20% more of that. It just goes in, it does it additively, not multiplicitly. Is the lag really back again? How bad is it though? Bad enough that's on our previous battle. Oh no, that's still the same battle that we're on. But it is, I guess, a little bit behind. I do not know what's causing that. Seems to be completely random. If it does or does not lag. So it wasn't time of day. I'm pretty sure it's just provider at this point. But, I don't know. I need to look into some other things that might be able to modify it if it's not that. It's only been doing it as of recently a lot, too. Okay, let's get an Apothecary. And he's dead. And it's definitely something specifically with my connection. Because I know, even when I do some stuff just on the Nintendo Switch, and I have it completely unassociated with my PC at all, it still does some connection spikes occasionally. When will you make another video, like top 10 teams? We could probably do that pretty soon. Right now, there's really only 2 excessively noteworthy ones for PvP, if that's what you're referring to. And that's probably Key Team and the standard Yagoi Queen of Tanya. It's been around for a while, but it's pretty decent in the current state of what's available for quick teams. But I'm not aware of anything that goes too much quicker than that. I don't think anything recently has really came in that goes quicker, except maybe something with Leprechaun. I actually haven't done like excessive tense. I haven't done excessive testing on Leprechaun yet to see if there is some kind of broken team. Pretty sure someone has figured something out for that. But yeah, to my understanding, those 2 are still the best. Key Team and Key Team is Cedric, Egg Thief, Hero as Thief using Key, Skeleton Key, and then Greed in last slot. and the other team is doesn't use hero at all. Or yes, it does. Never mind. It's Flame of Fire or Flame of Fur, whatever that weapon is. Flame of Fur. You can use Mountain Crusher and stuff if you don't have, though it is better with Flame of Fur. Flame of Fur, Yagway, Tapon, and Queen Titania. And both of which can win in about a minute in PvP, give or take about 30 seconds. Okay, what do we do here? We can actually get a full armor steal right there. And he's stunned, so let me take the skull. He gets a little bit of red that he doesn't use. Then we can just simply go take away all the stats that he has. Get some green destroys that will hopefully cascade into something. It does, but nothing we really need. And now we just need to get the last little bit of our mana. Easiest way to do that might just be to take the mana at this point and just keep taking reds. Reds do go directly to him, and it increases his stats as well. Don't really need the stat increase, but it's still nice. We don't have a drop, so let's take more red. And if we can find one more red, that would be great, because that would actually max him out. Unfortunately, that weapon is blocking a lot of him, and only a red will be able to fill him. But luckily, he drops that right there. And similar to that of Infernus, Submerge means nothing, because this weapon does full damage to one and then half to adjacents. And none of that counts as full AoE, so none of it gets blocked by Submerge, even though it can technically hit literally everything in some instances. What do we take? Grab that down. Explosion kind of ruined it a little bit. I'm going to go for Apothecary here. Never mind. No Apothecary, so let's do that. And he dies off the Sky Skull. History of meta. We have done a history of meta for the old meta. I guess I could do another one in the near future related to... oh no, history of meta of what though? Like just PvP in general and good teams for that? Because we do already have a video on that. It didn't cover in the most recent year though. But I guess I could do a specific one on the most recent year, if nothing else. Like the best teams of 2018. I never actually did do any 2018 videos. But could start cycling through those. So many shards spent and still missing Chief Dragon. It took us about 3,000 to 4,000 before we got our first one, but then we started getting a lot. Yeah, we got a little bit unlucky initially too. And it's definitely nice to have two of them. Definitely at least one, just to mess around with his mechanic. Hello, Haley. Welcome. Okay, what do we need here? We will go for another steal. Just gonna go down the line at this point. We can double Ubistet that. That should be enough stats. That's another thing that we can use with the Yasmin's Pride pretty nicely. Is we just take away their armor and then double Ubistet kind of just goes right into place. That works out perfectly. We'll go do this on green. Get the last bit of our mana that we need there. We can then go and steal his armor, and that should be enough to just one-shot the other one. So now we focus all of our damage on him, and it should be close to a kill. And if not, Ubistet kills it. There we go. Yeah, so far so good. A little bit slower, but it can easily take out every room, so it's worth it. This is going to help us get a lot higher on the leaderboard without actually having to spend more sigils, since a lot of people at this point might not be doing necessarily every room. By around 200, 250, people normally stop doing every room, which makes sense because they start taking quite a bit longer. But yeah, Yasmin's weapon is just so good at actually killing this kind of stuff, as long as it doesn't die immediately. Luckily, it didn't go down there. We'll go get our Destroy onto you, get all of our HP. Still need to go get a barrier, but he just gives it to us for free, so perfect. And we cascaded one. But of course, they don't stack. Let's go for another one. I guess we'll go for one more before we use it. He actually did target our troop directly, so he did lose some of his armor. But that shouldn't matter too much for his damage. It does affect it. So we are going to go for one more here. I'm just going to take a red first, just so we have it immediately in case he somehow gets rid of every red on the board. And then we'll get rid of that, and then try a triple. I think that will live ever so barely, but we can clean it up with a skull. That skull will ignore because it doesn't really do anything. It's just going to die anyways. Next skull we can take because it will kill that, though. Similarly, it kind of doesn't matter because we can just go and kill it out with a... what's it called? By just throwing Khetar there. So we technically don't need a skull, but there's no brown here, so I guess I will go for it. Just to make sure he doesn't do something weird. Try to kill our hero. And I guess we'll do this because Khetar will not be enough to one-shot that, but now he will. A double silence, but it doesn't really block much. Oh, do have to be careful. Hero needs to not die. Transform yellow to skulls and red to purple. What do we do to not die to that? There's a couple different ways. But I believe it's that down. Oh, good. Really nice extra turn there. Except that's not enough to kill. But I can take this. That's fine. It's not an extra turn, nor is it a skull. Perfect. Okay. So we won. Just out of safety's sake, let me take a skull there for free. Just in case something weird happens. And then we catch him for what would have already one-shotted it. I just wanted that extra damage just in case it didn't, for whatever reason. But, yeah, there we go. Those battles are really hard, though. It's mostly skull spam, though. Most other mechanics I don't think will normally kill us. But skull spam, of course, can kill us out of nowhere always. Just with how much damage it stacks. Yeah, as damage is starting to get high on pretty much everything, as far as what we're facing. Hopefully, most of the time we'll be able to out-HP them, which is the main thing that we're trying to aim for, of course. Okay, what do we need? We'll grab a... Oh, we'll get a blue for now. Try getting a Apothecary up. Green. Do we take you? Yes, because it grades right into a blue that we can just take right there, which he denied, of course. Never mind. So we can't grab that. Try for a green off the sky. Didn't get it. He does leave blue intact, though, so then we get Apothecary everything. Do we do it on green? Well, we don't really have much of a choice, so I guess so. Doesn't look like we have it on yellow or anything. Well, you know what? I might still do it on yellow. We gain more mana overall from it. So we'll do that. No extra turn, but we gain more mana. And he just gives us that. Perfect. Throw another one of these. Oh, should have taken that blue. He might take it now. Hopefully he won't. He does not do it properly. Good. Ketris, do we throw you? If we have Apothecary extra turn, I believe the answer is no. I normally don't want to get rid of red with this team, but I am going to do that here. Just because it's going to be worth it to do this. So we'll go throw that at him. I'm going to ignore the summoner here just because it's going to be able to set up right into an Ubistet, so I'm just going to ignore it. Because whatever it does, it's just going to give us a Ubistet free kill. So I'm just going to let it summon and throw Ketris there, then double kill the remaining two. I believe is the game plan here. Oh, why'd I give him reds? Oh, actually he doesn't use reds while he has that to full mana. I guess it doesn't matter. Is that over? Grab a... Oh, what do we want? I guess we take a brown surge. Just grab that down there. He does... Wow, that's funny. I never realized that. You can dodge his 1 damage to all allies with a submerge. That's really funny. But, yeah. I never knew you could actually do that. That makes sense, though. It acts just like any other means of damage. I've never just seen that happen, though, because normally a team like this would never carry submerge, ever. But there we go. Throw that at him. And, oh, yeah, he does revive with full stats. Okay, so we're not going to win yet. But let's go get Ketris up. He'll do his useless little summon, which will be in Ubistet range. So this will die, and then we just have to deal with him. And his summon, because apparently we're not going to be able to kill that immediately. Oh, you know what? I should have just waited and double killed it off his summon. Oh, never mind. He was dumb and took a skull. Now we just kill him with Ketris. Okay, that works. Good job, AI. There, we got these 2 rooms. Let's take, let's see. Which one's the higher gold? It's the one we take later. So it looks like that one is the one we take later because they're both a 1.25. So we'll take this one first. Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, Iron Butt, Iron Butt, and the King, faction level 300 plus easy. King Ironforge, I mean, what's his name? Yeah, him. So you'd get half mana for Apothecary, then you just feed right into the Devour. What are you doing about, oh, stun. I see. That's what you're doing about it. So you're using stun to get rid of the immune to Devour. Wait, the dwarves can't be stunned, though. So there are still some rooms where you wouldn't be able to complete it with that. But you're using it for all the other ones that just have standard immune. I don't know, has that been an issue yet? That's the biggest issue I always have with using that team, personally. Is running into just things that have immune. Or forgetting to scout out the place properly. Or having to constantly keep switching because it keeps giving us delves that has an immune that makes it so the team doesn't work. I'm trying to get Apothecary up right now. That needs to happen before he dies. That would be very bad. Oh, wait. Never mind. What am I saying? We're using Titan. He can't die. He doesn't mean to death mark. He's frozen still, which I do want to get rid of. But no death mark, so it's not as rush that we need. Or not as much of a rush on it. But we'll get our destroy there. Go and try getting a blue to drop. We can try it off of the yellow. Didn't get it. Doesn't give us one either. Throw Apothecary on all of that. Actually, yeah, we'll go for it now. Get that down. That'll give us one of everything. We'll tear away his last armor that he has. Take the skull first. Poke. Take the blue just so he doesn't. And if we could find a skull, that would be pretty convenient right here. Because then we could just triple kill those. Okay, we'll throw a Ketchus at you and then just Oopstet the rest. Oh, I thought one of those would die. Apparently not. So we'll take a skull and then double kill Oopstet. You don't need attack buff for the Devour, especially if you have higher stats than Delves. You're going to be starting with a base attack that's pretty much auto-Devour. Like with our stats right now, he'd be doing like 75 or so. So 75% chance is pretty much 100% chance. Pretty close. It's not really worth having an attack buff when you have stats that high. Yeah, he'd be somewhere way above 70, like 70 to 80 would be his base attack value with the stats we currently have if we were to run it. So it'd be perfectly fine not running an attack buff. What do we take here? I guess we'll just throw it right on first. Iron Gut normally does not need an attack buff in most situations. The only time when it's somewhat worth it is in PvP. But in almost every other game mode, you don't actually need attack for him. I'm just going to go down the line. Luckily, Submerge doesn't act as a stealthy, so we can still target them and do that. Got a third one. I guess we'll go keep tearing it apart. Just kind of good at ignore that armor for now and just try to kill it with a Oopstet, which is exactly what we'll be able to get here. Perfect. And as long as he doesn't somehow get a summon, and we win. It doesn't matter that he has barrier because he hits in 2 attacks. And there we go. It would only have mattered if Divinia got a barrier there. Yeah, we got a 4 times multiplier. And we're at 46 for leaderboard. We're getting there. Let's see, what's 20 at? Oh yeah, I think we could reach 20. Oh no, JZG just went down by 1. That means someone else is advancing forward. But yeah, as long as we keep doing every room like we're doing, I think we can make top 20 with what we currently have. Because we're gaining like over 4,000 points per room. Times that by the fact that the last room's like over 10,000. What does that come out to? I'm pretty sure we're gaining way more than that, but 4 times 8, which is math, 36,000? No, 32,000. And then you add the 10,000 to that, so that's about 42,000 per thing. And if we have like 4 more, that's what, 128,000. Then the other 10,000 from this one, so about 138,000. That's like a really, really underestimate. It's probably more than that, but yeah, it is probably more than that. But that would bring us, even at an excessively low estimate, assuming we don't lose, it would bring us to around, just under that, it would bring us to around 770,000 or so. So that would bring us like right there to 25th, though it's probably way higher than that. That is like a gross, gross underestimate of what we would actually gain. But we'll see how it goes. Also, that does only assume 1 Valraven in that time, and there is a chance we could get 2 in that time. You never know. We won't be able to get that all on this stream, though. Actually, I believe this is the last delve that we're doing specifically right here. We'll probably try throwing the rest tomorrow. I will be doing a stream about midday tomorrow at some point. Probably around 2 or 3 p.m. or so, Eastern Standard Time. Not exactly sure yet, but sometime around there, I should be able to get it out. It is Super Bowl tomorrow, so I won't be doing the normal nightly stream, but we will be streaming midday to make up for that. Kind of like what we have been today and yesterday. Just a little bit later than normal. Okay, we'll take our free turn there. Grab all that, get another Apothecary. Unfortunately on reds, but it's worth it for all mana. So it's fine. I'm going to Oopstet because we can. Get rid of his armor, kill one of them, and that's basically a match. Whichever one is lower is the one we'll aim for. I mean, whichever one is higher is the one we'll aim for, which is him. And now Skull will kill. If we can find one. If we could find one. Let's see. Let's take a green like that. Go do all these venoms. Get a good apothecary onto green. And dead. Hello, Daryl and Daryl's wife. Welcome. Okay, we got a little mix of everything, which is unfortunate because we mainly want shards. But there we go. Okay, so for now that brings us to 38th. Still perfectly fine. We're definitely making top 50. But the problem is we need to make top 20 if we want it to be worth it for that nice shiny extra orb. Otherwise we're just getting one orb and only like 75 gems back for the most part. That's still not bad, but for the fact that we went one pack further, I kind of hoping we could go to 20. But we'll see. Depends how the rest of them go. But anyways, let's go head over to the normal delves and go use whatever shards we currently have. We still need 5 more copies of the rare in order to get it maxed. And I do want to try doing that before the end of the stream if we can. So hopefully our other 2 delves will get lucky enough with our drops. Hopefully we have about 200 now. We might be a little bit short. Let me check. We'll get our renown from that. Only 6 extra shards. But let me see. Where's our place? Yes, we do have 200. Need 5 more rares. Come on, 5 more rares. 5 rares. No! Wrong! Well, I did say 5 rares. That's not what I meant. I need 5 rares of the actual troop, not the ring. But 2 more to go. Let's see, what do we get from that? 1 more to go? Ah, no! Wrong rare again! Stop giving us useless rings. Okay, let's go do our delves. I'm doing the delves and warrens with the normal team we normally do at 110. And just farming these down. Now we actually have to play the delve a proper way since there's not one single path. Almost feels weird after all the delves we were just doing at the other place. But, yeah, it feels really strange. Oh, Cedric. Very nice. Okay, that changes things up slightly how we do this. So we'll go boom, boom, boom. Wait. Since we're doing it that way, I guess we actually skip the 1.15 and we go there. There. There, and then final. It doesn't matter too much. As long as we're rushing the Cedric room, that's the main thing that matters. And we'll just use Key Team. And I'm still using Frost Mage. I did have a goal of trying to get Frost Mage level to 100 this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to still get that goal. But, we'll see. I do want to try still getting that goal if we can. Okay. What else we need? Throw a key down. Grab a red. Let him move it. It's fine. Another key. Feels weird having weaker delves like this all over again. Seems like we're hitting like absurdly high now all of a sudden. Because everything just dies to one shot. Finally able to watch your stream! Live from Europe! Hello, Jonas. Glad you could join us. Oh yeah, for Europe times, it's probably be weird. It's like, what? Probably like 2 a.m. for you right now? Somewhere around there. Yeah, tomorrow's stream you might be able to catch a little bit easier. It'll be probably around, well, it's 3 a.m. Eastern, or it's going to be around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, most likely, sometime around there. And that's probably a time that works a lot better for Europe area. Because that's basically Europe's nighttime, for the most part. It's not a time I normally stream too often. What do I take here? Take a skull. Still need to get that last little bit of mana. And get those reds. Take that. Oh, I forgot to take yellow. Not that big a deal though. He'll just die automatically off our destroy. Also soon we'll have that shiny Cedric room. Oh, that didn't get a kill. Oh well. I need that first slot to go down though, just so we can one-shot the rest of his team. I'm going to use another egg. And then we throw this for free, and then take a skull, and then he's dead. Oh, never mind, we don't even need it. 5 damage clips him. Okay, take this room, then take our treasure room, and then we one-shot everything for the rest of the delve, and we get absurd amount of gold. Okay. That over, get our yellow, grab our browns, get our greed going. Take our red right there, destroy everything. Make sure greed doesn't. Oh no! I just realized we have greed in first slot. You normally want to try avoiding that on the first battle, but I haven't been doing this delve recently because I was using all my points for the new one. That yeah, I forgot about that. It's not that big a deal. If anything, it's tankier with them up front, but it's slightly slower. Because it blocks our green occasionally off of Egg Thief. That's not that big a deal. Ooh, that doesn't kill. It's slightly a big deal. But as long as he doesn't take like 4 skulls, we should be fine. Even if he does, use greed and get our HP back up. And there we go. And now as soon as we take out this next battle, we are in the clear. Because everything dies in one shot after this. Because we'll have 600 gold instead of 200. Due to the 4 Zeddicus we get after this battle. Okay, we'll throw our gold there. I'm gonna go for green. I don't have a drop for. Oh no! You're blocking my. Yeah, that's why you don't use greed up front. It's blocking my green. So we'll take a key there. We still don't have that damage yet, but it still kills because it's only a tier 2 battle. They have low stats. There we go. And now we have absurd amount of gold for every battle for the rest of this delve. So even this tier 5 will be able to one-shot. We basically one turn go to 600 gold. So we have 0 gold, and now we have 600 gold. It's as easy as that. And if he wasn't blocking us, we'd have a full egg thief right now. Gonna manually take browns because it's so close already. Double kill, do it again, and double kill. Yeah, that's really high damage. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, never mind. I'm using Frost Mage. I was gonna say my Thief Hero class, I believe I have set to Missile instead of Dagger. And while that doesn't make too big a deal, this weapon is a dagger, so it would give us 2 higher magic. But I'm not currently using Thief, so that's not relevant. Never mind. I forgot. Still using Frost Mage, and Frost Mage doesn't have anything that gives it extra magic. I know 2 magic isn't a lot, obviously, compared to how much damage we're doing, but it still helps. You never know when that 2 damage would be the difference of killing and not killing. And it makes a pretty big difference with this weapon, because killing gets a whole extra turn if it does end up landing it. I'll take our red there. Hello! Hopping Pike, or Hopping Mike, welcome. Hello, Salt as well. How do you unlock factions? You go and complete out the Sinner Mirage Kingdom. After you've completed out the Sinner Mirage Kingdom questline, you'll unlock the Underworld. And then to unlock each specific faction in the Underworld, you simply just do their really quick, like, 1-minute questline. It takes a little bit longer than that. It takes like 5 minutes or less. They're really short compared to normal kingdoms. And then you end up getting yourself the faction unlocked, and then you can start doing, you can start using seals there, you can start upgrading the horde there, and you can start doing the delves there once you've done that. Yeah, Sinner Mirage is how you initially unlock the Underworld. And I believe you need to be level 30, I want to say, before you can do Sinner Mirage. I think it's 30. I know it has some kind of level lock behind it. It's pretty easy level to reach, but it still has a level lock on it. Okay, we take this other room, and then take the final room. Then we'll do one more, and hopefully the shards from the following delve will be enough to get the faction to max. Also, after we do next delve, we'll hand out a code as well, just for some resources. Might as well. Go take a skull on us, all good. Double kill, don't even need to worry about it not doing so, just because of how much damage we have from the Cedric room. We're hitting around 350 damage, which is enough to one-shot everything. At least at this stealth level anyways. And there we go. Oh, you're level 1125. Well, I don't know sometimes. But yeah, to unlock each individual faction, you just complete it in the Underworld, the little quest line for it. At that level, it'll take just a few minutes each. I think it's 7 battles. Just use like a Sunbird team with Forest Guardian. Kills them very quick. Oh, why did I take that instead of red? Okay, good. He moved us back to normal. There we go. I think when we're in the incorrect order. Because he keeps blocking us every single time. So we'll take our red. Throw our destroy that we need. Do it one more time. Oh, I should have taken that Brad for free. Could have gotten him killed a little quicker. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I love when we get that. 2,000 gold per battle. That is insanely good. And claim rewards. How many shards we get? Only 79 because we got the other drops. Let's go get a little bit more. What's our path? Oh, 1.15. Nice. So we definitely take the bottom first. Are you 1.3? No, you're not. Are you? No, you're not. Are you? No, so we don't cut over either. Oh, whoa, yes we do. We do cut over because we got a Cedric room again. Wow, we're getting really lucky with Cedric rooms. So we take the bottom, go there, and complete. Sounds like a plan. So we go bottom right, top, over to the little corner, and then take the 1.15s. But definitely got to rush to the Cedric room so we can get the exact same thing that we just did the previous stove. Getting really lucky with Cedrics, but I'm glad we're getting it here and not in the other one. We're getting really unlucky with Cedrics in the place that we actually don't need it, which is kind of convenient. This faction is very, very useful with it though, especially when we're farming it, because it allows you to reach a Cedric within 3 battles, which is, I believe, the quickest of any place where you can reach the treasure room. I believe even Crypt has 4 battles until treasure room, because it has that initial battle. It has those 2 right there, and then the other one. So it's like, what, 4 battles until you reach it? But this one is only... Oh no, this one's 4 as well. Never mind. It's the same distance. Because you have to do the tier 1 battle, the tier 2 or the tier 3, then the tier 4 to tier 5, and then the middle or the side, depending on where it's located. So actually, never mind. It is the same distance, but still. It's tied at the lowest distance to get to a Cedric. And there's 3 rooms that can be a Cedric. Middle is 100% treasure room, and the 2 all the way to the right have a possibility of being a treasure room. Neither are in this instance. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yes, it is. This one's a treasure room, and this one's also a treasure room. But, yeah, all 3 of these could potentially be a Cedric, though you can only get 1. There's never repeated rooms. I'm going to take this 1.15 because it's followed up by a 1.5, which makes it much better than the other path. Oh, no! Ah, I did it again! We got greed again in first slot. So annoying. Not that big a deal, but it slows down mana if we're blocked on green. If there's no reds around. If there's reds on the board, it actually doesn't slow us down at all. But whenever there's not reds on the board, it slows down the team. That was easy. And I got a map out of it. I wish there was a way to keep track of how many maps we've gotten just off the skeleton key. I feel like it's over 1,000 by now. I almost feel like it's over 2,000 by now. But it's definitely over 1,000 maps just from skeleton key usage. It's only been out for several months too. It came out in November, I believe it was. So for how little it's been out, we've probably easily gotten like over 1,000. Feels like almost 100 per week just from key. Well, it depends how much we're using key. But yeah, it's been getting us a lot of maps. And while they're not too relevant at the moment, there is something happening to maps this year that is going to make them more viable than they currently are. Hopefully to a point that's actually worth doing treasure hunts. At least in late game anyways. It's always worth doing it in early game. Or whenever there's an event for it. But an event only eats up 100 of them, approximately. And it only occurs like once a month. Which we easily get way more than 100 maps per month. Probably getting more than that per week. Between everything. Okay, so we go for the Cedric room, so we get that gold bonus. Same thing as the previous. And hopefully this will be enough shards so we can do 200 at once, just so we don't have to do them one by one. And hopefully we'll get the few rares that we need. Was it 5 or less? I actually forget now. No, it was 2. Did we only need 2 more? Pretty sure it was only 2. I'm starting to lose track of how many we needed. But we'll find out in a moment. And hopefully it'll be enough so we can finally get kingdoms maxed. It is possible for us to reach the current max of kingdoms. The only thing we're missing, I believe, is Khetar. I don't think we're missing anything else. We will be missing Karkaroff soon if we don't have enough to craft it by the time the hero class comes. I believe we still have a few months before that comes into play. Because we would need enough Karkaroff troops to reach 10 star plus on that kingdom before it starts to matter if we have a Zugoff or not. And even if they add another mythic, which they are doing pretty soon for that kingdom, You're still always going to need a Zugoff for an additional star, regardless. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good today. Let's see. I guess we'll take a red. Goes directly to her instead of being blocked. Take that red because it's free mana. I can't take the green because he's frozen. You better not die to Deathmark. I can't even take the purple because we're also frozen on that. I guess we'll throw a key for now. Just instant kills, get our turn, and hopefully get a kill before he clears us out. He did read Deathmark upstairs, so he can't die, but he can die here, but luckily he doesn't. And then it goes. What is my opinion on Luther? Luther is unfortunately pretty underwhelming. They did buff him since then, though, so he's a little bit better. But as far as Luther in general, he's not really a troop I would bother with for the most part. The better alternative for Luther these days is actually the new legend that just came out from the most recent kingdom. It has a completely different coloration, but if you're looking just for Luther's effect, the new legend that came out from the new faction is a greatly superior version of Luther. And you can get it relatively easily with just several thousand shards, which sounds like a lot, but it's pretty easy to get a few thousand shards, even in early game for the most part, because you can just farm low-level delves if you really had to, and get it that way within like a week or less. But, way less actually, because you get like 200 just from camping it for a day. But, yeah, go throw your shards into the new faction, and just use the new legend that came out. It'll be a better version of a Luther. It does what Luther does, but he does way more. He has an explosion. For only 2 mana cost more, he does an entire row explosion. He still does attack buff to everything. He has a bleed, and he has 50% score reduction instead of Luther's 25%. Luther does have leadership, but that doesn't make up for the fact that 50% score mitigation is way better. Oh, and of course he bleeds every single time you take the red. The legend. It would take more farming for trait stones, but it's Luther already is going to take a lot to trait anyways, because he's an epic. So might as well just go for the legend instead. But yeah, Luther's pretty underwhelming, unfortunately. It is one of the first things you get in the game, and it's not horrible to use as soon as you get it. It's just something you quickly end up replacing out with other stuff. Okay, this room, next room, and then we'll hand out a redeem code. Oh, why'd I do that? I literally just gave him a 5 times red. Or 4 times red, I mean. And, oh well. I'll take our greens there, get it for free, get our destroy, hopefully get full mana for him. Not quite. Do it again, double kill, and then to the final room. Also, I did those 2 1.15s first before the 1.2. Just because this isn't an event. If this was an event, I would have taken the gold room first. But since it isn't, I'm taking it in resource order, so I did that just so we get a little bit more multiplier on the amount of gold we get from that room. Doesn't make that big a difference, but we get ever so slightly more gold that way. I'm taking the treasure room a little bit later. The reason we went for Cedric treasure room immediately is just he gives 100% gold bonus per troop, which is why we have 600 gold and why we keep gaining like 2,000 gold per battle. Okay, I don't have a drop for that, so we'll go with... Oh, yes, I did. Never mind. Okay. I lied. I didn't see the green sitting right there for Cascade. But, yeah, we got all of our mana we needed now. Just throw a key, throw a double kill, get everything destroyed. Do it again just so we get full mana for it, since we don't have anything else that will do it. And then we won. So do whatever. Nope, doesn't even get it down, and dead. That was easy. Oh, only a level 7 chest, though, but hopefully it has a lot of shards in it. Come on, a lot of shards. Okay, good. It's pure shards. A little bit lower on the drop rate, but perfect. Okay. So let's go see what we can do with that now. I believe we only need 2 more copies. I don't think we do 200 at once right here, but I will open them one at a time regardless. And hopefully this will be enough to finally get 13 stars. It's like a match 3 Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, it's kind of like that. There's a lot of aspects of this game that seem like several other games in a good way. Let's see, what am I doing here? Oh yes, we're throwing shards for Fangmore. Let me go get all that. Yes, we got 1. I think we only need 1 more. Oh, I think we got it. We're still going because I do need some spare copies regardless. Come on. See more rares, just in case we do still need more. Plus, I need more just so we can use teams out of it. Come on. I know you're in there. Come on. Okay, we got one more. That's not really a lot, but let's see. Is that enough to upgrade it? I believe it is. Let's go over to Fang. And are they both upgradable? Yes, they are. Perfect. So I still want to get one more copy of him, just because I want to have a spare. And then we can stop throwing shards there. But, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's grab all that. Get him leveled. Do the same thing for the other one. And that will yield us 13-star Khetar. That doesn't really give much of a difference. It just increases the amount of souls we get whenever we get that tribute. But as I mentioned, that's still like a few dozen extra souls per day approximately, which doesn't seem like a lot, but getting that literally every single day starts adding up over time. And if you keep doing that for every kingdom and keep going higher and higher, it really starts adding up. But if we click on Khetar, that should be 13 stars now. There we go. And now we're at max stars again. Or should be. I don't think I'm missing any from max. But there we go. 13 stars. Currently the highest is White Helmet, 14. I believe Darkstone goes to 14 as well once it finally gets a hero class. There's a lot of troops in there, but it's currently stuck behind not having a hero class, which we are getting in the next few months, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if you don't have Possessed King, it won't be in the Soul Forge for about another month or two, again. But next time it comes around, it's going to be highly advised to get. Just because if you don't already have one, it's going to be required for 10+ star in Darkstone, and it's going to be one of the easiest kingdoms to get to 10+ stars. Plus, it's a magic kingdom, so it's really important to get to 10+. It's going to be the first magic kingdom to 10 stars for that extra 1 stat. But anyways, let's go do one more delve. I just wanted to do that to get all of our upgrades. I do want to get enough shards to do one more of those. And yeah, then we'll just throw all of our the rest of our faction battles for tomorrow then, which will be about 7 of them then. And we'll do that on tomorrow's stream. Anyways, let's go and... oh yeah, we also need to do PvP. I've done so little PvP this week. Between all the events that have been occurring, I have barely even touched PvP. That shouldn't take too long though. That should only take us about an hour or so. But I do need to make sure I get that done. I don't really need event keys, but still, it's more resources. And you can get it pretty quickly. Anyways, let me go and do our last delve. We're at 110. Got a 1.5, so we definitely go down. Do we have a... excuse me, Cedric anywhere's here? Yes, we do. Ooh. To take the 1.5 or not to take the 1.5? I think it's actually so much loot to go for the Cedric room that it's probably better to not go for the 1.15 immediately. Never thought I'd really say that, but there's just so much value for going to the Cedric room immediately that, oddly enough, I think it's actually better value since we're not actually doing this for points. And we're just doing it for... Oh, yeah, sorry, code. Let me go hand that out. My bad. Thanks for reminding me. Let me do that right now. Code time. Oh, oh no! Click undo. I just deleted the code. That's a gigantic fail. Luckily, there's an undo button. What would you ever do without undo button? I always, whenever I make, like, any mistake online, I, like, click the undo button. Even if there's, like, no undo process possible. And whenever there isn't, it's like, no! But, yeah, luckily, most things have the capability of just clicking undo and it undoes. But anyways, here's the code. Let's see. Did I even use it for myself? I, like, started typing it in, but then didn't. Yes, I did. I already redeemed this code, it says. But here you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code is found underneath your settings menu, whatever your game says there. The redeem code is right over there in chat, as well as just copy paste it, just the random numbers and letters, or type it out. And that's the redeem code. And use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. They both go to the same location. And it gives the same loot as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. Which I can't show at the moment because we're currently in a battle. But same thing as always. And it works on every platform except for console. Consoles, I should say. You can't use it, but you wanted to rhyme me. Thank you for that. Okay, we'll throw a key down. I'm actually going to wait until he casts here, so I'm going to deliberately give him mana. I'm just going to take a red there, let him get his mana. Oh, wait, I need to get my own mana so I can actually key him immediately. So he'll move us back into position. Luckily, he does an extra turn, and dead. Yep, and we got new mail. Oh, never mind. That new mail is from the redeem code. Is what that is from, or should be. Let me see. Yeah, just the redeem code. And same as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 2,500 gold. Oops, I saw a 0 there. It's like, oh no, we don't have any battles. I forgot. It whenever you use the scroll itself, it takes away the scroll. But that doesn't mean you don't have a battle there. I wish it would show some kind of representation that you do have a battle there, though. Because nothing on that page shows you that you do or do not currently have a battle active. Then again, I guess Arena doesn't either. None of those screens actually do. Like the ones where you need to use like some kind of resource, and then it like presets a battle that you can then come back to later. There's nothing on the screen itself that indicates that you already have a battle going until you click on it. Arena's the same way, Delves is like that. And I'm not sure what else is set up like that, but I'm pretty sure every single instance of it in the game is set up like that. It's a really small quality of life thing, but hopefully it'll eventually change it or something. It's not that big a deal without it. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. Okay. We'll go to this, take the Cedric room, get absurd amount of gold, rush over to the 1.5 because we still need to go get that multiplier, and go from there. One reason why I'm actually rushing this and not going for the 1.15 is Cedric does not multiply. The amount of gold that we get from that Cedric bonus does not get multiplied by room bonuses, and the amount of extra gold we're going to be getting from rushing him immediately is going to be more than if we were to get a 1.5 immediately. Because Cedric's a additional 400 gold per room, whereas the multiplier is going to be less than that per room. We still want to go for it, of course, just not immediately, because it doesn't have as much of an immediate impact. Also, Cedric room just makes it quicker as well, because then we start one-shotting everything once we get it. We'll go for this, get our Cedric, and go around to the better multipliers then. Okay, we'll grab that, grab a red, get a green, which he does give to us for free, but he did slightly ruin it. But oh well, do that. Need to kill him immediately so we don't have to deal with him. Luckily, he still dies, barely. He gets clipped by the 5 damage. Get her to full mana so we can go get key again, and this match. Hello, Royal! Welcome! Just returning to the game, and you don't understand delves. What are you supposed to do with them? So, delves, they're an interesting mess. No, just kidding. It's actually probably the most fun thing that they've added ever to this game. But, let's see. How to describe delves. That's not a quick thing to do. Let's see. What's the brief on this? First, go do Cinema Mirage and you'll unlock delves. Then you just do their quest line and you'll be able to do each individual delves. As far as details, with just starting off with delves, the 2 best delves to be doing is camping level 20 or level 90 or level 100 of Warrens, and having your and then doing what's it called? The most recent that one just came in, the Fangmoor as your main delve to get upwards. When I say camping, I mean basically you either just keep doing the battle number 20 for Warrens, or you can get it up to 90 if you want to do it for the class events, or for the events that it has every week. Every single Tuesday, there is an event for these factions where you'll be able to go and get each individual one up. But whatever you do during that event does increase your overall faction. So I feel like I'm just making this more confusing. Let's see. What's your actual specific question with it? Like how to do the rooms, or build teams, or what? Because trying to explain the entirety of delves right now is going to be like it's like a 20-minute project. What specific things do you need to know about it? And that would probably help better. Because I would need to think coherently into what way to order all the information. I probably should do another video on that soon. Just going completely over delves, because there are a lot of people who have been coming back to the game lately. A lot of them quit about a little over a year ago when they ended up making the visual changes. But I'm pretty sure after some of the changes this most recent year, people are probably coming back. Or for whatever other reasons. Let's see. I do have a guide video now, I forget where it is, that kind of just goes over the basics of delves. The most basic thing you need to know about delves is go in order of multiplier. And if you do that every single time, you're pretty much good to go. What I mean by that is every single room has a multiplier attached to it that ends up giving you, let's say, like 1.25 higher or 1.15, so on and so forth. And basically, whatever the highest multipliers are, or the highest paths that give the best multiplier, is what you want to do first, generally. And then save the treasure rooms for last, with the only exception being the centric treasure room, which you want to go for as immediately as possible. But the reason you want to go for multiplier order is it still gives you the same loot for the final room, but as you're progressing through every single room, you end up accumulating more resources per battle. And while this isn't as important for the daily ones, this is excessively important for the actual events that occur whenever a new one comes in, from Friday to Monday reset for those 3 days, which is currently going on right now, and on Tuesdays whenever we have the weekly event for one of them. And it's important because it affects the amount of points you get for the floor that you're doing. So let me grab our tribute real quick with our upgraded Khetar. But like with things like this, we want to make sure we go in the proper multiplier order, because there's a scoring system that applies, and there's a set amount of points that we get for each one. As you can see with how deep we currently are, that is currently 1,300 for each of these, and 5,200 for the final one. But we want to make sure we accumulate as much of a multiplier up as quickly as possible. This itself is a pretty bad example, though, because there's only like one path for the most part. But generally, you'd want to go in around the rooms and take the best multipliers as you possibly can, because the higher you get that multiplier, the more points you're getting per room. And the earlier you get them, the better, since you're losing out on some of those points the longer you don't take those higher multipliers. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Warrens. Go back to that. Finish out these last 3 rooms. Let's see, does it matter what order we do? No. Do this one, then the other one. Honestly, I just need to make an entire beginner series, I think. Just like the basics for everything. Basic to mid-range of everything. And just explain everything again. For anyone who might be coming in from ages ago, or anyone who's just coming in for the first time. Because I haven't really done much low-level content for a while. I try to throw it in here and there whenever I can, like in Monday videos and stuff. But it's been a while since I've just done like actual videos going over some of the basics. Because the game doesn't really explain a lot of it that well at all. Like anywheres. Like very occasionally it'll have some screens that go over some stuff. But it really doesn't go over much. Oh yeah, a lot of people are still free to play too. Yeah, this game can easily be played free to play. You don't ever need to spend any money on it and still get everything in the game. It takes a little bit longer. Some people get Death Knight and stuff just to speed it up a little bit. But there are plenty of people that have everything in the game, or nearly everything in the game, and have never paid a cent. Though it does normally take anywhere from like 1 to 2 years of playing the game. But it is realistically obtainable by never paying a single cent. There are hundreds of people that have everything without ever spending anything. Not too many though, because most people just spend at least a little bit by the time they get that far. If nothing else, just to help to support the development of the game. How many tiers did you buy for the faction event? I bought up to 5. 2 before the final one, which I believe is 5. That's either 5 or 6. I forget how many tiers there are. But I bought 2 prior to the final tier. That's how far I ended up going with it. I believe that is tier 5. I can go double check right after this. So we got our 61 shards. Let me go do those real quick. I think that's enough to open 8 because we had 19. All I need is 1 more asp and we're good to go. So hopefully we'll get it within 4 drops. Can we get it? First one, go. Nope. Try again. Nope. Try again. Nope. It's gonna troll us forever, isn't it? Yep. Throws the rare that we don't need. The rare treasure instead of the rare troop. It's gonna take us probably like 1,000 shards before we get another rare. But anyways, what was I about to go do? Oh yeah, how many tiers did we do for new faction? So if I go check it real quick, we have done tier 5. I was right. Yeah, tier 5. I'm not going to bother with tier 6, I don't think. 400 gems is for 3 battles, and those resources isn't really that good. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make top 20 with what we currently have. Not sure if we will be able to. We have 2 more battles, and probably a Valraven, so about 4 more battles. Plus we have tomorrow's 3, which is likely to be another Valraven 2. So we should have about 9 more battles left. Will that be enough? I'm not sure, but we're still going to do them regardless of if it leaderboards or not. Well, it's definitely going to leaderboard, but the main thing is, will it make top 20 or not? And will we throw down more if it doesn't? Probably not. I think I'm going to stay at this. Even if we're at like 22 and we're just like ever so slightly short, I don't think I'm going to bother spending 400 gems just to get 50 gems back. So basically it's 350 gems just for one single orb. We do get a little bit further in the thing. But it's only like 1 days of progress if we're only getting 3, so it's not really that big a deal. Yeah, we'll see what our current battles get us to and just go from there. But anyways, guys, did anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over while I'm still here? Otherwise, I'll be heading out for now. We will be back a little bit earlier tomorrow. We will not be back at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be a bit earlier, probably at around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure on the exact time, but I'll try to post it a little bit in advance if I can. But we're going to be streaming sometime midday, a little bit later than like the morning streams, but like basically sometime in between the 2 normal times that we normally do. But yeah, I'll be streaming. The main reason for the different time is because of the Super Bowl, and I will be watching that, mainly for the commercials, not for the Super Bowl itself. But I will be doing that and eating a bunch of stuff and just kind of chilling. What time do you go live on Wednesdays or weekends or weekdays? Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My schedule is normally 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day, which is 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Or, I mean, 1 hour prior to now every day, except for tomorrow because we're doing a slightly different time. But, yeah, it's normally 1 hour prior to now on every day. So whatever that is in your time zone. And we also stream on Fridays and Saturdays around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 11 hours ago on Fridays and Saturdays is the time that I do it. But yeah, we keep that schedule pretty consistently for the most part. Sometimes it's a little bit off by a little bit of time, but normally it's right on the dot for the most part. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Hope you all have a wonderful Super Bowl as well, for any of you that do watch it. And yeah, I'll catch you all later. Best of luck with the delves, and best of luck if you're still going to try for the new Mythic, because he is still available till Friday reset. So the end of Thursday, you still have to try to get him. There's no timer for him, but it is till the end of Thursday or Friday reset, whatever one you want to look at it. But that's another 6 days? Yeah, about another 6 days you have to try to get that. Is there a team for the new Mythic with other ultra rare troops or something for a new player? Yes. You can just run Alchemist Moneylender with it. Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, and a new Mythic. That's pretty cheap. It's 2 rares, an ultra rare, and the Mythic. And you just do Alchemist Moneylender loop. You use Goblin Rocket in order to use board control and for the little bit of extra red that it gives off his very first trait. And then you just keep spamming the ability of the new troop. And if you happen to lose like your Alchemist or something, you'll get replaced with a troop that creates yellow-red anyways. So it's going to be perfectly fine because that yellow will feed into your Moneylender and the red will feed into the Goblin Rocket and the Mythic. Wait, he does use red, right? I'm pretty sure he does. He used red, yellow, brown? I actually forget the color of the most recent Mythic. I believe it's red, yellow, green, actually. Actually, let me just type in his name. Let's see. I forget his name. I forget his name because he's so useless, actually. At least in late game, so I haven't bothered remembering it yet. Let me just type in stun. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Oh, Tanya. Okay. But anyways, yeah, he is red, yellow, blue. So you can use Alchemist Moneylender with a Goblin Rocket, that'd be fine. It doesn't cover too many colors. I think that's only 4 colors covered, but it covers them very well. So it doesn't really matter that you're covering a little bit less colors. But yeah, you'd use something along the lines of that. All very cheap, and it's a good team to learn as well, because there's a lot of teams that you could build into that premise. But anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and I will catch you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, wait, sorry. Was there one question that I didn't get before I go? Let's see. What about the horde level of each faction? Oh, yeah, let me answer that real quick if you're still here. Sorry about that. I didn't see that question. But horde level for each faction. Basically, you try getting it to 100. The basic premise of how you go about horde levels is whatever horde you're currently trying to do. So let's say you just started right now and you don't have a single delve done. What you'd probably want to do is go to Fangowolf, because there's currently an event for it, plus it's the best one to do first anyways in the current setup of the game as far as what we have as options between the 7. So you're going to want to do Fangowolf first. So basically what you'll want to do is upgrade this horde level. When you're first starting out, you're basically going to throw literally every piece of treasure you have at this faction and start trying to get it to quality level 10. Quality level 10 gives you better resources for every single battle that you do. You should be doing this immediately for every single faction that you ever farm. So basically, once you finally have this faction at 10, you should never leave this faction until you have enough resources to get another delve to quality level 10. Doing any delve that isn't at quality level 10 is losing you a lot of potential resources, because every single one is losing either more chests or ingots or any other number of things. So you definitely want to make sure you get this as quickly as possible and throw it all in on one single delve, and then stay on that delve until you have enough treasure to do the exact same thing for at least one other delve. From there, you basically just go around every single delve, getting every single delve in the game to quality level 10 so that you can actually do battles there. After you get every single delve to quality level 10, you then want to start working on the more important delves or whatever one you're currently doing at any given time to level 100. The reason for level 100 is will give you the maximum amount of renown. Anything beyond 100 does not give you renown anymore, but every single level up into that point gives you 5 points of renown for that specific faction. So you then want to start getting each one to 100. And then way down the line, once you finally have every single faction at level 100, you then start doing select ones to 200 that you want to try starting to do pure factions on, or simply ones that you're farming, like Warrens, if you're specifically doing Warrens. But you can also do it for specific factions that you did pure faction on, like we did it here, so that we could do pure faction a little bit easier. It's also, Crypt is the easiest one to do pure faction currently, because it has a legend that has instant kill. So if you're going to be doing, if you want to try getting the pure faction achievement, there's an achievement for it on all platforms except for mobile. So you do want to try doing that if you're going to try for that. And you can also put it on other ones if you want to try eventually get them, or it just makes it simply easier to do in the future. But yeah, that's basically all you need to know for leveling. There's not really like any kind of specific strategy, though. Once you start reaching a infinite amount of treasure, or once you have like almost more than what you know what to do with, you mainly only want to throw coin purses, gold rings, and chalices in that order whenever you're starting to initially level them to 100. So you want to do coin purses up to about 30, gold rings up to about 60, and then chalices up to about 100. And then from 100 to 200, you want to throw maybe a little bit of chalices, then your crowns, then your lamps, and then eventually your sacred treasures. But you want to save your best 3 resources. Once you get basically all of them to level 100, you want to save your best 3 exclusively for post 100 leveling once you start getting close to that point. Because starting to use these other treasures just to do it starts to get excessively expensive. Because to do this, just to get 50 EXP on it, costs 203,000 gold. Whereas if we were to do the same thing with like lamps and this, we just got over 1,000 EXP, 1,100, which is way more than that, but it costs the exact same amount of gold to put it in. So you mainly want to start using bigger treasures the further you get into your leveling, essentially. But that's basically all you need to know with horde leveling. But you love my outros. I have like a 5-minute long outro of explaining another thing. But anyways, guys, that's the actual outro now, so I'll be heading out for now. Thanks for stopping by, and goodbye for sure this time. Have a good weekend, and thanks for stopping by. Goodbye, everyone.